The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
On 2nd and 9, Corral. He's going to drop this down to McCaffrey.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. What a nice job.
Corral under pressure, and down he goes. Darrell Taylor, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. But defensively, you really can't script the start much better. You get a 3 and out and a sack.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. They kept him short of a first down on 1st and 2nd down. And then on 3rd down, they pick up a sack. What tremendous momentum for them to start this game.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line.
10 yards and a Seattle 1st down.
The Seahawks at 8-4 now in the year. And they're coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And Walker once more.
And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed. But they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a 1st down.
So after several rushes to start the game, Charles, they go to the air there and get a nice completion.
Nice mix-up on the play calling, right? Establish the running game, make the defense think you're going to do it again, and then hit them over the top. Now you've got them betwixt and between. They don't know which way you're going to come at them.
And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. So stuffed from the 2, now what?
You know me pretty well. What do you think I want here?
Play action?
Definitely. Let him get outside and create. And if he has to run it, he has a little bit more space.
Touchdown, Seahawks!
Dwayne Eskridge,
his 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Seahawks are on the board first here this afternoon.
Myers connects on the PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top 4.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. On offense, they may go more up-tempo. Anything to get them out of that lethargy right at the beginning.
On second and a long way to go. Corral had his hands on it but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. Third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Off the play fake. Here's Corral.
And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down.
Puna Ford, the one to get to him and drop him.
Here's Johnny Hacker now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. That'll be a 49-yard punt, 6 yards there on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
They've got the 7-0 lead. Now they've got the football back after their defense got the stop, CD. And you get the feeling if they could score here, they really have all the momentum on their side.
And you just wonder right now, is the quarterback and the play caller totally in sync? Are they of one mind that, hey, what worked last time? Let's keep doing it until they stop us. Or do they go to a different section in the playbook, show them something different? Either way, they want a repeat of their first drive.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. To throw it is Locke. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on 2nd down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He doesn't scramble for it first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down. They fake the handoff. Now Locke. He's got his tight end Fant. Now he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Locke working out of the gun. Completes it to Fant on the right side. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Quickly out wide to Eskridge.
And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here, and just load up for it and see what happens.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal.
On 2nd down, it's Walker.
And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
Partner's been my experience that after 2 stops like that near the goal line, defenses only become bolder. They don't back off at all. I think they continue to bring pressure and force them to make a really big play against them.
And the incompletion, then the run for no gain. Let's see now. Locked now on 3rd and goal.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Horn.
And the Panthers will take over here at their own 12-yard line.
1st and 10 for the Panthers as Corral gets them set.
At their own 12-yard line.
And he'll start by handing this off to McCaffrey.
And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Throwing here, Corral.
Thomas has got it. Complete. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10. A 2nd quarter score from L.A.
Well, the Dolphins have jumped out to an early lead in their ball game. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points. But then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the Plague did on the last one.
Now a play fake, and here's Locke. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. And he takes it into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery and a touchdown for the Panthers. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score. And a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower postgame. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
Fields it right around the goal line.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Up to midfield. And he's going to take this all the way down inside the 40. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
To the right side, this is Walker.
And he's got room. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle.
Kenneth Walker. His 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Well, they've done a pretty good job keeping him in check to that point, but he finally breaks off a nice run here and gets into the end zone.
And it just takes one, doesn't it, partner? That can undo a lot of good work that a defense has done to that point. You break off one right there, and everything suddenly looks bad for you.
Now Myers for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Thomas brings it in. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Here's Corral on 1st down. He's able to find Melton.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so was this one.
This has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board.
Now again, it's Corral.
Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have him looking at 3rd and 10.
On 3rd down, Corral.
And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
That is inches from the upright. It's no good. Wide to the left, and this will stay at a 7-point game.
Boy, that's 3 points you really expect to have. That's nothing more than a lack of concentration to me, because an NFL kicker should make this kick in his sleep.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. And Walker has it.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
So we are at halftime here in downtown Seattle with the Seahawks out in front. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway.
Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers, because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
Third quarter begins with a run by Walker. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 96 yards rushing for him now as his fine rookie season continues.
He had a really solid first half running the football and picking up where he left off here in the third quarter.
How about the yardage he's piling up right now? This feels like a full game, not just this.
Walker hit and the ball is out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Here's Locke to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away.
And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
On second down, here's Corral.
Over the middle, that's complete to McCaffrey. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Corral looking to throw.
Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
Off play action. Here's Corral.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Boye Mafe
in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
To try again after the sack.
Corral
trying to lay one up deep. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big pickup of 38.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Corral sets up play action.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Corral, another throw on 2nd down.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Thomas.
And they'll get him down inside the red zone at the 14. It's also a gain of 14. First down.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Second down and right back to McCaffrey.
And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4.
This red zone is where the Seahawk crowd really makes it tough for an offense to communicate.
And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown.
Christian McCaffrey
taking it in from 4 yards out.
And the Panthers are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
Gonzalez good on the extra point, and we are tied at 14. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away.
Fields it right around the goal line. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming...
Now Locke, he lost the football, it's out.
Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right, got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
Throwing on second and long. Locke.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. It's C.J. Henderson picking it off.
And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Another run with McCaffrey on second down.
And he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Now Corral, 3rd and 2.
Throw left side complete. That's Thomas. Yeah, this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there. We have played 3 quarters. A big one coming now for the kicker, Zane Gonzalez. This to break our 4th quarter tie. Gonzalez's kick is good, and they take a 17-14 lead. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A good pickup there, a 22.
And here we are on the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Blocked throw caught here by Metcalf. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Well, they brought the pressure, and that meant man coverage behind him, so he's still able to complete the pass.
Even as he took the hit. And that's what you have to do, because I was just talking with a coach the other day, and he said, look, it's not always going to be pretty back there. You're going to have to give me completions. Even when you're taking some hits, sometimes you have to be your own blitz control, for lack of a better term. Got to make completions, step up, and make those throws, and he did that.
So the penalty yards marched off on the face mask. Here's 1st and 10.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19.
105 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Block off of play action.
That is taken in by the tight end Fan.
And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds.
A lot-finding Fan for the Seahawk first down.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They've moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown.
Ken Walker with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year. And the Seahawks have taken a fourth-quarter lead.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And that will make this a 4-point game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter, and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Now Corral.
Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the line of scrimmage, so that'll be credited as a sack. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
So when the defense complains about having to do pursuit drills in the heat of training camp, plug in this play. Excellent pursuit. Force the quarterback out of the pocket. He ends up trying to run for it. Instead, he goes out of bounds and loses yardage. That goes down as a sack for the defense.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
They were trying to erase that deficit in one play.
They certainly were, but how about the reaction time and the instincts back deep to force the incompletion? We might need to mark this one down. We may look back and say, that was a game-saving play.
It'll be a 48-yard punt, 5 there on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter.
as big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. They'll try for the first with Walker.
He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down. The Panthers are going to take another timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. To return is Roberts, dancing away at the 35. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards.
And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
They'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey.
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. Here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Now Corral. And the comeback may stall out. It's intercepted.
And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing, but clearly there's some growing still to do.
And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
It's a loss of 7. And now it's 3rd down. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Lock to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Jeremy Chin picks it off. And the Panthers are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defense coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed a quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys, and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
Well, he's got to figure something out because the current formula is not working. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Corral to throw.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st. And he takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow, wow.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages as a field goal now can only tie it. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do.
And Walker with it over the middle. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. It's his guy on the flat.
Man, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about, in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down. A nice, safe throw and a good one.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Lock.
Over the middle, complete. It's Walker. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th. Wow. Wow. The extra point now coming from Myers. And that will make this a 4-point game. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now, but let's face it.
That's caught inside the 20.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. Well, it took us until the final play, Charles, to officially decide a winner. Although on that last play they were so backed up, it would have taken a miracle, and they couldn't get that miracle done.
Well, I like how you stayed with it because we both knew that this had to go down to the last play, and neither side was going to exhale until that play concluded because we've seen the improbable before. A couple laterals, maybe some poor defense on the back end. They might have gone all the way to the end zone. In this case, though, it didn't happen. Perhaps next time.
So for the Seahawks, it's a very important win as they move to 9-4 now on the year. And they'll get another home date next week as the 49ers will come to town. Meanwhile, for Carolina, it's going to all but eliminate them from the playoff picture as they fall to 5-8. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Pittsburgh Steelers.